Supreme Reality Guide. Why, when something good happens, we take credit, and when something bad happens, we blame God.
The answer to this question needs clarity of a few things. First thing that I want to say one more time. I say one more time because many times earlier, while answering questions, I have brought this out. And almost every day, when I clarify people, this comes up. Many kinds of people come to me: believers, atheists, and believers who have become atheists. So, one thing common, first of all, there is one thing common. The common thing is people comment on God without knowing God. Some say there is no God. Some say God is very kind. Some say God is unkind. Some say at one time they believed in God, then something didn't go well, a prayer wasn't answered, some suffering came in life, and they changed their view to God is unkind or God is not there. So this is not right. In life, in the physical world, we go by facts. If we are in a room, doors and windows are closed, someone asks us a question: is it day or night? You will have to go outside to check. Outside into reality. Or you'll have to look at a clock or your watch. Somewhere you'll have to go to check a fact, which is real. You can't say, I believe it is day or I believe it is night. So don't base any judgment, any observation on beliefs. This is the first thing. As long as you don't experience God, one thing you could do. If you have a mystic as your guide who has experienced God, then you can confirm from the mystic, because God is a reality for the mystic. God is not yet a reality for you. Even if you have a religion, it is a belief. It's a creed. Doctrines give it credence. Only mystics know it for real. What God is, how God behaves. The other thing is, in this question, you said, when something good happens, we take credit. Human mind is happiest when it claims something. Its happiness does not come from doing a thing. Its happiness comes from achievement. So why would it not claim, I did it. If you stop claiming achievements or something that happens, your source of happiness in an unaware state dries up. Only when you are aware, when you are truly connected with God, with creation, with life, you are experiencing real happiness, then you have no need for saying, I did it. Sometimes it's a fact you did a thing, and many times you didn't do anything and you still claim. So I have already given you the reason. The human mind, opposite of what the human mind thinks is happiness, is unhappiness. A human mind feels very unhappy, very unpleasant when something goes wrong and others blame you. So you somehow try in such a time to reason that you didn't do it, it was not your fault. So what has to be understood so that the question gets answered? In the absence of real happiness, what you think is happiness and unhappiness comes from claiming that you did something, you achieved something, and denying that you had any role in what went wrong. One is pleasant, one is unpleasant. You want to take the pleasantness and refuse the unpleasantness. At a later time, I will explain what real happiness is. For now, for answering this question, I use the terms happiness, unhappiness when I should have said pleasant and unpleasant. The mind does not know happiness. So this is self-centered living, mind-centered living, where you will only take and claim what is pleasant and feel good, I did it. And what is unpleasant, what went wrong, you will say, it was not my fault, someone else did it, or I was not informed. When seekers come to me, genuine seekers, this is the first thing I tell them. Live in a real way. Accept what you did and accept what you didn't. First come into this reality. Otherwise, you are just reasoning, believing, and keeping yourself in a pleasant state and avoiding unpleasantness. If you continue to live like this, you will not have a real connection with life, because life is facts and you then are living through a perception of the mind which is creating its own facts.